We're here with Emory head baseball coach Mike Twardowski and the eve of the Eagles leaving for the 2014 NCAA Division III World Series. Coach, let's take a look back at this past weekend. Obviously, anytime you win a regional, it's going to be special. The way I think you guys kind of finished that out, I think it's probably, I'd imagine, really going to stay with you for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, losing to Bridgewater, having to play another night game, getting back to our hotel at 1 a.m., getting to sleep at 2 a.m., and then having to come back and play Shenandoah and Bridgewater again in a doubleheader, and winning those games, and then having to come back the next day to beat a very good Bridgewater team. I told him I've been coaching for 15 years now, and that's probably one of the most proud moments that I've ever had of resilience, team camaraderie, energy, and I think that that's going to really get us going for the World Series when we go.
You know, Coach, so many standouts offensively for you guys all year long, and once again, everyone does their part. The MVP of the tournament, though, was Jared Welch, and for him especially, it's been a little bit unheralded over the years. For a guy as good as it is, I'd imagine that's a real nice treat to get him that MVP award there, too.
Sure, he's one of our best players because, number one, defense. I mean, the way that he stops the running game is the best that we've ever had. And when you get awards, it's always about offense. I mean, those are the ones that are written down. You never have any defensive categories. And Jared has always been that kid that catches a great game, that calls a great game. I mean, that goes unnoticed. I mean, we have not called a game in 3 years for Jared, and for one reason, because he calls one of the best games that you can. And his leadership behind the plate is not gone unnoticed by the coaching staff. But when you look at a stat-oriented type of thing, he does go unnoticed because he's a good hitter. He's not a great hitter, but his value to this team is immeasurable because of how good he is behind the plate.
Coach, let's take a look at the pitching staff, too, and we'll get to the starters here in a sec, but obviously a real big difference in this regional was the way freshman Kyle Monk stepped it up, pitched in 5 of the 6 games, and really didn't give up a whole lot in either of them, rightfully so in all tournament selection.
To get 4 saves is incredible in the regional. But, the thing about Kyle is he goes in there as a freshman, and, as a coach, you have to look at nervous twitches out there and bringing the ball up because, the surroundings. And Kyle has ice water in his veins. I mean, he's amazing. He looks like he's falling asleep on the mound and he's a freshman. That's what you have to have as a closer. One of the biggest parts of that region was when the bases loaded with Shenandoah, the best hitting team in the country, and he got out of that. So, yeah, Kyle, to have a closer, to be able to stop a game from the 7th, 8th, and 9th innings on is very valuable. And Kyle, everybody said he came out of the woodwork. Well, he was hurt early in the year. He really, being a freshman, didn't know what we had, but we found out what we had that regional and we are closing.
Yeah, and then the other thing with the pitching I thought this weekend that came through was that not only, and obviously you know what you have at the top of your rotation with Connor Dillman there, but to get some of the performances you got from the bottom of the rotation, whether it was Paul Marola, Ben Hinojosa, Jackson Weig, I mean, those guys really stepped up for you as well.
Sure, Jackson has done it all year. Paul and Ben have both been hurt, and they were key. Ben, throughout his years, has been one of our top pitchers we're going over to, and Paul was our best pitcher in the fall. I mean, Connor Dillman is our number one and has been our number one, but Paul was one of our best pitchers in the fall and hurt his elbow. The great part about both of them is they're healthy, but also they have a lot to take by not pitching a lot of innings this year. So we're good top to bottom in our rotation right now, and even guys coming out of the
Coach, and final question here. Going back to the World Series, obviously something you guys have been looking to do since 2007. It's been a bit of a struggle at times during that stretch. It just has to be obviously a tremendous feeling for you guys to get back there once again, again after being 7 years away from Appleton.
Sure. It's great for these seniors. It's great for these seniors. It's, the one thing about coaching these kids is that, we have a job to do. We're going up into a World
Good luck this weekend. It will be a Friday game, May 29th, 2:15 p.m. Eastern Time against Baldwin Wallace to kick it off. Good luck, Coach.